And we start in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome, you big bloody beautiful legend. Bro, एक सच्ची चीज़ बोलूँ मैं. इफ़ यू ऑल गो ऑन माई इंस्टाग्राम एंड चेक, एक जैकेट लाया हूँ मैं जिस पे मैंने स्प्रे पेंट किया है. हेलो एंड वेलकम यू बिग, नहीं हेलो, आई स्प्रे पेंटेड बिग ब्लडी ब्यूटीफुल लेजेंड द करण कपाड़िया शो. और राइट, पब्लिक में लोगों ने देखा, उनको लगा खाली मैं लेजेंड लिख के आया हूँ. दे जस्ट थॉट आई थिंक आई एम अ ब्यूटीफुल लेजेंड. And I've realized that is when I got a reality check of the podcast. It's like, okay, wait, even people I know are kind of thinking, okay, this guy, is he all right? I saw this guy, I was in the train today, and I saw this guy wear a t shirt that read, I'm a bad influence, but damn, am I fun. And I just thought, the confidence to wear that t shirt automatically makes you the coolest person. Whether or not you're actually a bad influence or actually not fun, the fact that you're wearing the t-shirt in the fucking Mumbai local, you are a dude automatically. उससे याद है, this is fucking crazy. So I've been, because of my sales job and everything, I've been traveling in the train a lot, alright, like to go to town and everything, and Vasai side or whatever, right? In the train, if you don't watch your stuff, or if you're not just like, in your own zone, if you take some time to observe what's going on in the Mumbai local, you are going to find a world of characters. There are times when I've seen people who are extremely in, like, you'll realize that your life is so out of tune. I saw this dude who had saved his wife's name, or I don't think it's his wife, by the way. Some woman's name was saved as P space Yadav. P यादव करके कोई औरत का नाम था, और उससे वो चैट ही कर रहा था. ठीक है, वो चैट में वो उस पर चिल्ला रही थी, ऐसा लग रहा था, क्योंकि सी एम अ नोजी मदरफकर. आई वॉज रीडिंग, like, it was basically, I was standing like this and he was standing like this, all right, like I was a half a foot behind him, and I could read his phone. And I'm not a nosy motherfucker, but dude, if it's right in front of me, I'm not going to ignore it, right? I mean, come on, man, I gotta tell you all something at some point. So I was watching it, and shit was going down, right? Firstly, like, let me just tell you, this guy was fucking, I think he's in trouble. Like, I want to get an update. I almost wanted to tap his shoulder and say, bro, can you please update me? I'll tell you what happened. She was yelling at him because she was apparently sick, and he didn't bother to ask her how she was the whole day. All right. So there was like a line of 6 to 7 messages, before which he didn't scroll up, so I couldn't read anything. All those 6 messages were in Hindi, saying, not in Hindi, but like English, like that, whatever, right? And उसमें वो लिख रही है, पूरा दिन बीमार थी, तुमने पूछा तक नहीं, तुम अगर बीमार होते मैं तुम्हारे पास होती. एंड वन मोर वॉज, अगर कोई नहीं हुआ तो मैं क्या करूँगी, दिस एंड दैट, व्हाटएवर शी वाज येलिंग, ऑलराइट. एंड ही टेक्स्टेड हर बैक सेइंग, सॉरी, काम में बिजी था. एंड दिस इज नॉट अ जोक. हर नेक्स्ट रिस्पॉन्स, हर नेक्स्ट मैसेज वॉज, झूठ बोलता है. दैट्स इट. दिस इज ऑल इट वॉज. And I don't know what happened afterwards, but I have a feeling it was not a sarcastic झूठ बोलता है, झूठ मत बोल, तू बिजी नहीं था. It was a झूठ बोलता है, घंटा तू काम करता है, लौड़ा तू काम कर रहा है, भग बहन जो बड़े बड़े रील देखता रहता है पूरा दिन, चिप. But this is where it got crazy. All this was happening, but at the same time, she was calling him all the time, but he was cutting her call and calling home. And he was in his mid 30s, like somewhere above mid 30s, and seemed like from a middle class house. So शादी हो जानी चाहिए थी. तो I think ये उसकी सेटिंग है साइड में. और घर पे बीवी को ऐसा, मतलब अरेंज मैरिज हो गया रहेगा, उसको मतलब कोक्स कर दिया रहेगा, फॉक्स कर दिया रहेगा अरेंज मैरिज में. एंड देन ही हैड टू लाइक सकम टू दैट, बट पी यादव से उसका दिल जुड़ा हुआ था. And now P Yadav is acting like a bitch, and he can't manage 2 women at the same time. Clearly. Not to be a fucking classist bastard, but he was wearing a fast track watch, and I don't think any dude who is juggling multiple women should, like, you should at least have a at least have a Timex. I think you should be traveling with me in the local train if you're juggling multiple women. Like, I don't think dudes who travel in the local train have time to juggle with multiple women. Does that make sense? Okay, if you're a woman You should date the guy who is physically the busiest. Meaning, if he has to go up and down for work ना, that's when you know he's trustworthy. वो क्या करेगा, मतलब थका आ रहा तेरे पास ही आएगा, कहाँ जाएगा. ठीक है. I had this friend who came and told me, Karan, I'm going through something. I'm going through a breakup. I think my girlfriend betrayed me and all of that. And he said, can you help me with some healing words? I said, of course. That's what I'm here for. I said, बंद करो ये रंडी रोना, बस करो ये बाबू सोना, एक जाएगी दूसरी आएगी, प्यार से तुझे चाय पिलाएगी. Let me reiterate that for you. When life hits you, sorry. Let me say the horn, my bad. Let me say this again. When a woman goes from your life and you were all lovey-dovey with her, remember this quote. बंद करो ये sorry, let me say it again. हनुमान. बंद करो ये रंडी रोना, बस करो ये बाबू सोना, एक जाएगी दूसरी आएगी, प्यार से तुझे चाय पिलाएगी. Do you hear the power in these words? Let me break it down for you. बंद करो ये रंडी रोना. Alright, firstly stop crying. हो गया. It's over. Sometimes in life you have to accept when things are over. People have this tough like mindset of not getting over things. Getting stuck in a loop, getting stuck in your own head about like relationship problems and everything. You don't have to do that. Segregate yourself from these problems और बंद करो ये रंडी रोना. Basically, बस करो ये बाबू सोना. Meaning sometimes you can't give too much love to somebody who treated you wrong. You felt that, so you don't do that. बस करो ये बाबू सोना. बस करो ये बाबू सोना. Call her a hoe, insult her mother, slap her sister, beat her father, threaten her younger brother, go to his school, take his lunch money, even though he's 3 and he's going to a nursery, take his tiffin, take her younger brother's Spider-Man tiffin. If a chick betrays you, you know what you do? You don't sit there and fucking wallow. You bully her family, you bully her friends. You know what you do? You go down to a fucking younger sibling's school, take their fucking lunchbox. If they're too young, they better have a Spider-Man lunchbox which they're attached to, because hey buddy, at one point she was your Mary Jane too, and that bastard doesn't deserve to have that lunchbox. You take it from her and you bounce. You take it from that kid and you fucking waltz out of her life. Man, hold yourself high with a fucking Spider-Man lunchbox and waltz out of there with your head held high, because you're a man and you're worth more than what she is. 100%. You have my word. But point being, things are good, man. It's been more than a week since I've uploaded an episode. I don't know, dude. I wanted to talk about Andrew Tate, man. I recorded one about Andrew Tate, but it was not that high quality because I couldn't get my thoughts together. I needed clips, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get clips in the podcast while recording, and it's a little tricky. I need some technical advice. So if anyone knows any tech dude who can help me out with this shit, please let me know. I'm having a tough task figuring that shit out, man. It's just not. I just wish I could like constantly be recorded. That's very narcissistic, but think about it. There are bits of my life which I would love to include in the podcast. Like this, the moment this train shit happened, I was like, fuck, I have to tell everybody. It's not a good habit. But hey, I mean, who cares about that guy, right? Fuck that guy. But Andrew Tate, now that the hype has died down, let me talk about it. To a certain degree, I don't think he's wrong about things like no matter how you feel, you wake up and continue working. Of course, there is some toxic element in that which you can point out and say that fuck, you should take a break, otherwise you're going to reach burnout. That is true, of course, you take a break. But how you feel has got nothing to do with what you have to do. You going through a breakup has nothing to do with your job. So you get up and go back out there and go to your fucking job. You don't take leaves. You get it? You don't take leaves because you went through something horrible. That doesn't mean you don't mourn someone's death if someone died. But I think those little things are, I think those make sense. Apart from that, this whole idea that you can go out and cheat and come back and tell your girl that, oh, her tits are not as good as yours, so that's fine. I know there are women like that out there, but I know there are guys like that out there. I know there's everybody like that out there, but I don't think it's good for you to think like that. Not that I'm not even saying that you shouldn't be the guy to do that. I'm saying don't consume your brain with all this fucking garbage. Look, even I'm 23, so I don't know how relationships work yet. I mean, I know basic shit, but the psyche of a woman and shit like that, you and I both don't know. That's not gonna happen. Like, even if you're a chick listening to this, you yourself don't know just much as I, as a guy, don't know what I want. So don't be that person to fall into this fuck all trap of like blue pill, red pill, black pill, all that nonsense. Don't think like that. Just be a regular person, do normal people shit, respect yourself, focus on your life, make your relationship a small but big enough chunk, small chunk of your life, but big enough that it's happy and sad at the same time. Sometimes there's bittersweet shit. You all have fights, but you all make love and you'll have more good interactions than bad interactions. I think when you have that shit down, no, you're going to avoid horrible people altogether and you're going to focus and grow in life. I don't think, I'm not sure if that is the formula, but somewhere I feel, I'm really not sure if this is the formula for success. But if you're a good person who does good shit and works hard, finds a niche market in a smart way that you can shine in that market, you take care of your body, your face, your health and everything, you exercise enough, eat right, you're a fun person to be around, you're a pleasant person to be around, you're gonna be good, you're gonna be fine. This top 1%, top 10%, top 0.1% alpha male and all of that, yeah, it's good to it's good to keep that advice in mind that you have to work extraordinarily hard to reach that place, but that doesn't come at the cost of hating other people, especially women. And that goes same for women. Like, you go girl nonsense that fuck whoever you want, suck how many ever dicks you want, that's not healthy just as much as it's not healthy for guys. Let's not even go into the biological drive of whatever, but it's not healthy for anybody. You lack the basic decency to respect yourself when you give in to every fucking desire of yours. Some desires are not good. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is how I feel. Like, but this whole idea, okay, some things are actually funny. Like, if your friend is dying, you don't give him CPR because that's gay. That's kind of funny, actually. Those are jokes you have to crack. I don't know who's taking that advice seriously. Which retard is taking that fucking advice seriously and not giving his fucking friend CPR because he thinks that's gay? I don't think that's fair. I think it's a little stupid to. It's like, you can't hold what influencers say as paramount, yeah. Like, now today someone gives those people who like point up in the reel and say check and down, check description for advice on health tips. You're going to fucking hold them accountable for that. Some dumbass person who writes something on the internet, you're going to hold them accountable for that. Because they owe you honesty, they don't. You know who owes you honesty? A dietitian who you pay money to. Don't listen to some fuck all person on the internet because they know just as much as you. Probably they have read a couple of. You know what they've done? They have watched reels of other people. Most of the times it's that. Hardcore scientific research on diet, sleep, women, men, biology, sex, gender, all of that is not on Instagram and social media. That is in the real world where you actually experience real interactions with people. You know what you do when you watch these things that Andrew Tate says, oh, I walk away from women and I do this and that. Walking away is good. But there's a difference between being a buffoon and walking away out of everything and just running away from everything you're uncomfortable with or do not like or do not think respects you. And there's a difference between walking away from situations that were actually not good. What you do is when you watch these things, you manifest that in your life. Not manifest that like that is going to happen to you. You overanalyze every situation you are in and you were in and think that you were done wrong because you were uncomfortable to the slightest degree, when sometimes things don't have anything to do with you. Sometimes things have nothing to do with you and they just work the way life works. It's like you think everybody thinks about themselves more than they think about other people. Yes, how you are perceived is definitely, I can say that there are things that he might have said that are very, very good. In the sense that most men are invisible. That hit. You know why? Because they are. That's just how it is. That's really just how it is. Who gets hurt the most? The guy who chases the girl for so long as a best friend. Why do we have problems? Why don't women have the girl best friend problem as much as guys have the guy best friend problem? Because women aren't weasels. Guys are. Those are the invisible guys that try to be visible by fucking lurking around women and trying to make their way through their life by cheap tactics. And those guys, when they get the girl, they become either overly toxic or they become overly insecure. Either they're overly controlling or they become overly extra. Like, no, why did you do this? Why did you go there? Why did you do this? Why did you say that? Who are you texting? Who are you calling? Or it could be like, I don't like this. You don't do this. You don't fucking fuck you. Fuck you. Either way, it's not good. Those are the people that need to listen to this and realize that yes, you're invisible because you're not making use of your life potential. And look, man, I'm nobody to say this. I'm nobody to say this because realistically, I'm also nowhere in life. I'm doing a sales job with a very average salary, and I have a podcast that is doing average, which I'm not putting in my 100% into. And not all relationships I've had are perfect. But somewhere, as a person who's a little perceptive, I can see that it's harming human beings more than it's making good. Because the good advice comes at a cost of you. It's like they're feeding off of the negativity that men hold these days because of where we are and in terms of the social hierarchy, in the sense that hardworking regular men have no respect given to them because their struggles aren't visible. So those are invisible men whose life just skates by them. And that's true. So that's not wrong. Saying that you have to walk away from people you love sometimes because they aren't going to respect you, that is also true. That's very, very important to learn. But to hate everybody because they didn't behave the way you wanted them to behave, or hating a chick because she didn't behave the way you wanted her to behave, that's not nice. On the other end, I think this is the reversal of what the toxic feminist women were saying, that go fuck whoever you want, wear whatever you want. No like sense of decency or humanity. Wear whatever you want to wear. That is not what I was saying. But like men ain't shit and this and that. It's just serious disrespect for people who have built everything you stand on. Today, the fucking table I'm sitting on, the chair I'm sitting on, the table I'm placing all of this on is made by a man, most likely. This building was made by construction workers who are men, who are invisible and who we don't respect because, well, who gives a fuck? That is true. That is fucking true. That I 100% believe. That those horrible toxic feminist women, have led other women to believe that the men who do all this are not worth any attention. And that Chris Evans, who just defends Buzz Lightyear because he's gay, deserves more respect than someone who works on the fucking power lines, risks his life, and goes to Dubai to fucking work in construction and has their ears and noses bleed because of the heat, fall down, drop dead, are overlooked and not cared about. But hey, Timothy Chalamet embraced the dress. No, those are extremely good looking guys with access to many, 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 many women and have no insecurities in regards of this, which is why they can choose to be free. Men like you and me can't choose to be free, because if we choose to be free, regular women aren't going to be into us. You know who can be a trendsetter? Someone who is already at the position of being a trendsetter. तू सड़क पे ऐसे रणवीर सिंह कैन अफोर्ड टू डू दैट एंड स्टिल गेट मल्टीपल चिक्स. इफ यू एंड आई डू दैट, हम लोग को छमिया बोला के लड़की लोग ही भगा देंगे. नॉट इवन गाइज, गर्ल्स ओनली वोंट बी इनटू अस. And that's true, and that's fine. That's just how the world is. Just as much as we won't want to fucking have sex with a chick who has tare zameen for spikes. It's weird. You're not sexually attracted to that. Is what it is. But anyway, this was a little mellow. I'm sorry about that. Not good, but it's fine. I'll record another one, which should be a little more fun, hopefully. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.